Hey, welcome back. Good morning, friends. Hello, YouTube. Been a minute, huh? I decided to refrain from posting last week because it wasn't entirely obvious where we were off to, and I really wanted it to go up, and it did not. It went up for a little bit. We hit the bearish order block and then started sinking into some price points. And, I was giving you guys some really specific price points that I wanted to see hold. And I mean, they're holding on a closing basis, but it seems to be working in some sell side liquidity here. And so I believe that price point was this candle here, and definitely this order block right here. I'm not surprised that it's being violently repriced back, like with some sensitivity back up into the range. And yeah, I was completely offside last week after feeling pretty onside. Throughout the last 3 weeks of October, I had round tripped so many trades that even I need a little break. Even I need a little bit of time away from the charts. Like, just because it seems like I know where price is going all the time doesn't mean that it doesn't frustrate me. That doesn't mean that I catch all these moves that I can forecast or even be on side 100% of the time. It's just not realistic in any world, no matter what you're doing. So we've got this information and how to move forward with it. We're seeing a lot of gaps in the candlesticks on the opens. It's just not high probability, ready to run yet. Throughout, I took, August off from posting on YouTube, and then we were setting up in September, just getting back in the groove, looking for October to really give us that oomph we were looking for in all the markets. And then we had the government shutdown, and it's just been one doomsday after another. It's been really, really tough, like really tough. Keeping it light and tight has been best. Our expansions that we're getting are periodic, and a lot of them in unfavorable times. Like, if you're an American or you live in North America, the best place to trade for us is New York session, and the New York session has been rather ruthless for a bit. Now it goes through these cycles where London's favorable, Asian range could be favorable, and that could leak into the following day for a continuation, which has been what's going on. But it's really tough to try to get into New York session when price is being a little grouchy, just to say the least. So just as a recap, last week we had this new week opening gap to the upside, and it was looking pretty sweet until it wasn't. So we've got that close, that open, and there is the new week opening gap. So when we opened, we started to get back above a price point that I really wanted to see hold support. And for 2 days in a row, it was holding consequent encroachment of this old week opening gap. And I was like, all right, let's go back to the upside now. And then she just melted right through all my expectations. So, like I was mentioning, like, if we start losing price points that I'd be aiming for this pool of liquidity, and I'm not sure if we're going to get down here, but it looks like we are, in fact, going to get down there. So I'm going to take that close and that open and have that on the chart. Now I'm just going to be aiming for consequent encroachment of this old week opening gap. Now, here's what I don't know. I don't know if we're going to want to come up and eat this double top before going down first, or we go down, maybe retest that again, go down, and then snap up. If you're not aware, my mentor is calling a doomsday drop like he does every year. He's been waiting for Armageddon for about 10 years, and I just ignore it because a lot of the times he's giving these expectations on a macro they're not exactly spot on. And I'm not trying to gun him down. He's a great individual, great trader, great analyst, but just he's not, nobody is 100%. And that's what these psychos do, is they dangle the doom over us so we just feel defeated inside. So I'm just going to eliminate all that because I don't listen to him anymore. I don't listen to his analysis. I'm busy doing my own thing. And if Price wants to doom drop and black swan and we get a $10,000 NASDAQ, then Price will show me that it wants to do that. And I don't need him to tell me. So if you guys are, I can already feel it. Oh, you're feeding ICT. Yeah, well, he doesn't want us attached to his hip. And the people that are attached to his hip seem to not come out triumphant when they latch onto every word. I would argue that he does this on purpose. Okay. So I hope you guys had a nice, safe week. It was unorganized and ruthless. Yeah, I was looking for a nice shot back up, at least into this candlestick. And yeah, she sunk down into the discount again, working in sell side liquidity. So annoyed, very annoyed. And like I said, even I need a break. Like when we've got, holy shnikey, she's just flatlined. Unbelievable. Yuck. You know, when we are 5 years into waiting for a bull run in the crypto markets, when we're round tripping, when we're being as responsible as possible and Price is still being a grouch, it twists the knife. It does. And the knife's got a hook, you know, so they twist it and now they're pulling. A little bit graphic, but that's kind of how it feels. But taking a break is a good thing. You don't want to be pushing your brain, pushing your edge, depleting your mental capital, especially if you got things going on around the house that's already making you grouchy. You don't want to try and go into the charts with an illogical mind or, you know, angry mind. Just anything beyond sober-minded is going to be very detrimental to your trading and your decisions that you're making in real time. So, you know, I was mentioning when we did create that gap that it would torture me the whole time because I want to try and catch the bottom for the new ride, for the impulse to make the higher high in the trend. Do we have a change in state of delivery? Sure. Okay, maybe a short-term one. Maybe we just close out the calendar year in this choppy garbage. I wouldn't mind that. Then we've got the first quarter of the calendar year, which is the last quarter of the algorithmic year. So this is where things can kind of go either direction. And I know it's not what you want to hear. Could go up or it could go down. Sometimes it's just like that. Okay, you got to understand that there is no 100% certainties in the marketplace. And when you're sitting at an equilibrium price point, price can literally go either way as far as us making educated decisions. It's based on your model. It's based on premium discount. And if we're in a premium, it's easy to short. If we're in a discount, it's easy to long. When you're at equilibrium, you're like, and that's where things suck. And that's where we are. We're at equilibrium. So if we like take this whole range here, just the impulse, the dealer's range, we're, you know, just dangling in the discount here. It came to a nice deep discount. And then it's like getting pushed back up. I see these as buying pressure wicks. So there's going to be a lot of liquidity down here. So that's primarily what I'm aiming for. Like gun to my head, I say we go down more. I just don't know if we're going to do some doom drops, come and revisit this. I mean, why not, right? But no matter, we've got, if we do drop, that just means that we've got some awesome arrays to aim for. But if we drop, that likely means we're not getting our crypto cycle. And yeah, pains me. It does. It really does. Because we were all really banking to get stupid retard rich this year. And, you know, it's not like our bills aren't covered, right? We're taking care of business and just still waiting. I'm not selling, by the way. I have no need to sell. You might need to. I don't. I've already put up the risk. I'm not overexposed. I don't care what the market does. I mean, obviously I do, but I don't care what it does until we see the friendship pump. So that's just where we're at. And I mean, shout out to my good morning friends who are invested in GMF. You guys are holding the chart up. That's you guys. That's not like the market. That's not some secret market maker. That's each and every one of you that just refuses to get shaken out of your position. And I applaud you. Congratulations. So that being said, I'm still holding. I'm still waiting. We had Year of the Snake for 2025, and next year, 2026, is Year of the Horse. So hopefully that horse isn't on ketamine and it will actually win the race. That's what I'm banking on. So I would like to see it dip. I would like to see the commitment of traders go back into a buy program, and that would mean that we're buying underneath old lows. So it could be this one, it could be these ones, it could be these ones. It all depends on how vicious and violent this ride down is. Now, if you remember this guy, there was a 5% limit and all the accounts were shut down. You're not allowed to trade after you've hit a limit. And that's a 5% movement in one direction or another. So I don't want to see those. And again, if we do, then whatever. It's whatever. We'll just take what we can get. But it's not like as day traders that we can't come in here and get some intraday price action. We need it to move. That's what we need. We need movement. We don't want to see chop. And if it's chopping around, then it's likely that my friends are going to get absolutely destroyed. One thing I want to grind into your minds moving forward is a daily loss limit. If you're not respecting your daily loss limits, you're not a trader. Okay? You might be an analyst, but you're not a pro trader. You're not even following any rules. You're still turbo clicking your life away. You're passing evaluations when it's favorable, and then you're blowing your pro accounts in one single day because it's not favorable. Okay? I used to do that stupid stuff too. And I admit this openly. Since September, if it was 3 years ago, I would be destroyed. I wouldn't even want to do this anymore because I didn't have rules. I had a system, I had a model, but I didn't have rules. So over these years, I've been able to refine my rules and for the most part, stick with them. Yeah, sometimes they're bent, right? But never broken. First and foremost is a daily loss limit. If you're not respecting this, you're never going to be consistent. And I just want to drive that one right into your brain because this is why you're not making money. I got people calling me. I got people messaging me just dooming. I'm already like my patience cup is overflowing with excitement, meaning I'm running out of patience. And for someone like me to be running out of patience when I'm Mr. Freaking Patient is saying something. I don't want to hear that you guys are destroying yourselves. I don't want to hear that you're about to lose your house. Okay? Like if you can't control yourself, that's your problem. I give you the tools. You've got a model. It repeats every day. So go and just stop being foolish. Like I love you, but I can only do so much for you. I can't be disciplined for you. That's for you to do. And I want this to sink because when we were entering into November, I was mentioning this very same thing. If you don't have a daily loss limit, expect to have a terrible Christmas. If you're rocking a daily loss limit, you're following a model, you're shutting your charts down when your trade is complete, win or lose, then you're going to have a very Merry Christmas. So let this be the turning point, the stepping stone, the line in the sand where you go, okay, I have rules, I'm going to follow them, and my Christmas is going to be great. Because if not, that's it. And if you can't do it, make it robotic. You got your Tradeovate accounts, you can go in there and set a loss limit to lock you out once you've hit it. And you can set it to trailing unrealized gains, meaning if you close a trade at $5,000 and your daily loss limit is $400, well, maybe you take another trade and your drawdown only came to $100 and you made another $2,000. Okay, well now you got $7,000. Maybe you take the third trade and it's a loss. Okay, well now you got $600. There you go. You're locked out of your account. You banked in $6,000. And if that's your quota for the month, you don't trade for the rest of the month. How about that? It's hard to do, isn't it? It's hard not to trade because you're looking for a dopamine fix. You're not even trading the system anymore. You're just like, yes, I'm a trader. I'm hitting it. Let's go. We're on a roll. Let it ride. Now, that's gambling mentality. That's not trading mentality. You got rules. You got your daily loss limits. You got your quotas, daily, monthly, weekly. And once those are met, you just sit and do nothing. And again, I can't do this stuff for you. These are things that you're going to have to figure out. And again, I love you. I want you to do good and I'll do my best to help. But when I'm helping you and you're just turbo clicking it away and you're not even going to follow rules or follow suggestions, I have nothing left to do for you. That's it. And that's the end of it. And I know it sounds rough. And I know you think, oh, this guy's just talking mean to me now. He used to be such a nice guy. Look, if you were sitting here with me and you were my best friend, this is exactly how I'd be talking. Very firm, not rude, and telling you exactly what you need to hear or not what you want to hear. So, gun to my head, I say we go here before going any higher. And please prove me wrong. Please. I'm like, yes, charts, just completely obliterate my bearish bias. Please, I beg you. Please go up, please. We all want friendship bumps. So I really enjoy this because the algorithm does. Now, I don't know if we're going to blast through it or not, okay? But I'm going to use this as my support and resistance level. Kind of like a new week opening gap. So if we start falling below this, I want to see a model here, and then I'm going to be aiming for this discount old week opening gap. Okay, so it's purples. I don't know if we're going to use it as support and continue on. It could have done its job here. Now, one price point that I'm very interested is this tail. Right there. Okay, so if we start losing these price points, obviously I'm aiming for that. Right? And if we just start melting through, then obviously I will be aiming for a discount array down in here. Now, if we're going to get an external range run, wait, are we on the week day? Okay, cool. Yeah, if we're going to get an external range run, I'm going to go back 40 days, 60 days even. Right there, MG, 60 bars, right, buddy? Okay, so even, that's funny. That's awesome. I like it. So we got a 60-day IPTA data range. I was mentioning before, like, I want to see the bottom in, and if it's really strong in bullish order flow, that I would just wipe the discount market off the face of the planet, which at the time it was like up here or something, right? And I would want to key off something just down in this discount of the premium range. So that would be my equilibrium, right? But now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe we do come down here, and I'm going to invite it with a big giant hug. And yeah, but just for now, just looking at that quadrant here, I'm going to be marking off the discount arrays. So that's going to be this order block here. Well, I'm going to use this breaker first. Okay. And I want to see that hold. And if not, the midway point is on that breaker midway point. Probably random. I got a smile on my face now. All right. And what else? There's no fair value gap. So I would want to see this balanced range hold support. If not, then we're going to get a dirty run. So going back 40 days from the candles open, 28, 30, 40 here. Okay, so that would be the lowest low there. That's the highest high. If we're going to get a 40-day external range run, it's likely going to be pretty nasty and run for the 60-day IPTA data range run. Okay, it's still going to be an internal range liquidity run down in here because of the 60-day data look back period. But and you know, I'm inviting it. I'm inviting it. I want it to. So if we start losing these price points, my bearish bias is going to be on side. Let's go to the monthly chart. Just take a look at what's going on here. We don't have a single fair value gap until this guy here. That's what sucks. You know, when we were ripping out of this here, we didn't make a fair value gap in here up. Look at that tail overlaps with that wick. The next inefficiency is right here. So what does that mean? That means if we're going to drop, we're going to do it pretty ruthlessly, and it's going to be more than just a 5% limit. And that's if we do it quick. Okay, so that's that price point there. There's our 60-day look back period here. If we're going to do an external range run on that, this is where I would assume we're going to go. These equal lows right here. Now, I'm not going to have these on my charts for now because I'm not confident that we're coming down here. I'm just painting an idea that if we start running out that 60-day range and making our brand new dealer's range here, that this would be a price point in which I'd want to see. You know, it's just, there's no fair value gaps. There's just nothing. It's nothing but, you know, some price points. But it's all good because now we got stuff to aim for. Going into all-time highs is rough to just hang on for dear life. All right, now I was anticipating massive amounts of violence with the government reopening, October being such a goofball. Just lots of things were saying that we're going to get some violent moves. Well, we did. We just got them the other direction, unfortunately. So the violent moves did materialize, the ones expected, but just not only in an unfavorable time for New York traders, but the wrong direction. So, yeah. Believe me, I want to go hard. I do. And every day I wake up and I see London Lunch running or I see London Kill Zone running. I just wake up and I'm already like, ugh, great. The awesome profile that I want to capitalize on, they're just not dominant in the times that are favorable for me. Now, if you're a London trader, then your model will be highest of probability between 1 and 5 a.m. EST. And if you're new with me, welcome. I'm Master Friend. Hello. Have your chart sync to -5 New York. And no matter where you are in the world, we can all hang out in New York together. As far as like AM sessions go, again, I want to be doing stuff, but I don't see anything high probability in the last 6 weeks. I haven't seen really, I know I've been trading, I've been taking shots, I've been putting up risk, but that's my risk. And that's not to say I've taken 3 losses or 3 round trips and 1 loss or just a variation of until I actually get my run. Because price has just been so stupid. Even the lunchtime runs after an unfavorable New York AM session have been completely out of whack. It's like even if you go to the 15-minute chart, I'll give you an example here. Something I wanted to see materializing way later. I think it was this guy here. In the afternoon. Yeah, so I was looking for a reversal in here and it just kept being an absolute gong show. Finally at lunchtime here, 12:45, like after lunch, finally the model shows up and then the PM session just gone and went exactly to where I wanted it to go. You know how annoying that is? Same with last Friday. Last Friday was an absolute gong show. My model's in, my profile's in, everything's perfect. I ended up getting stopped out on this trade and I went to go turtle soup here in the 1 minute. As soon as I went to go hit the buy button, my connection to TradingView and Tradeovate just zapped. So by the time, it was a 1 minute candle too, by the time I actually was able to get my password, sign in, screw up the buttons a couple of times, the paste not working right away, by the time I got back in, this sucker was already gone. My mental capital depleted. I'm pissed off. I'm grinding my teeth. I'm pacing around my studio, choked. So I just sat at it. Well, that's not true. I did take a little scalpy poo in here when something became obvious. But point being, You can be onside and unprofitable, just as well as you can be offside and profitable. And you just got to learn to not react with emotions. See, that's what's getting you spanked, is that you feel anger, rage, frustration, and the first thing you want to do is click the button. No model, price is just being a jerk, and you're still sitting there clicking, it has to move, I need this loss back, and then you end up blowing out. If I can tell you this because 4 years ago I did the same thing. Up until a few years ago, when I really started to hone in on my discipline and rules and the importance of following them, I would be destroyed. So I know that many of you are feeling the burn. I know you are. I can see it in the chart. I don't need to be sitting there to know that you're upset and you feel like this is never going to happen for you. One thing you have to, and I'm just going to keep saying this all week for the rest of the year, daily loss limits, personalized ones. If you've got a $150,000 account, you have $4,500 in drawdown. If your daily risk is $500, that means you have 9 days until you blow it. Now, who's losing 9 days in a row, following a model at their time? Who is doing that? I don't know anybody personally, but I know that people are blowing out in 9 days because they're not following a model. They don't even last 9 days. They don't respect the daily loss limit. They just keep turbo clicking. Oh, today's got to be the day. This is the one I'm going to make it big time. No, that's not reality, okay? The only thing that's going to keep you in this game is a daily loss limit, because our time-based price says that if it doesn't move by 11, you have no business being in there. You can stretch that out till noon. But if your model shows up and it's already 11 a.m. and its price is gone, you're going to have to learn how to do this. What I did Friday. Let it go. If you're recouping a loss, then there you go. You got a loss. It was a 15-minute chart. Hold up. So you can, my private students can call me out at any moment, but this was called out in real time, inversion fair value gap. And that was the loss I took, and I was out of my account. And because I was choked, right, I go out and have a cigarette. I'm just chilling, patient, waiting. And this became obvious to me. So that if there was an inversion fair value gap and a double top and price is showing its hand to you, well, what I did was, before that candle closed above the blue box, I sent it to my private students and I said, man, this is something that we could deem maybe a good setup. I entered it on this guy and I exited here for 200 ticks. It was slightly over. So it offered 327. So I only got like 200 and some ticks, but I was able to get my loss back, and then a bit, by being strategic, not emotional, not drunk-minded or angry. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that this is algorithmic. You follow a model and you will likely come out on top. But you can't be just like, oh, I was long here and now it's dumping, so I'm going to chase short. Oh, now it's pumping, so I'm going to chase long. No, I bought a down close candle. I permitted price to come down. I purchased it and it went up. Now, if I would have held that sucker, it would have got me. I'm glad I didn't hold. And then it would have went my direction. How annoying would that have been if I didn't take that little trade right there? Very, very. And then I sat out. This is the one thing that 99% of you cannot do, and that's why you're losing. So I share this with you because this is the struggles that all of us go through as traders. And you think, oh, this guy knows where price is going. He just, can get in on everything. I couldn't get in on this. I even took a loss in the process. I couldn't get in on my turtle soup, my model, my thing that I wanted to do. It went right to where I wanted it to go. And I still couldn't capitalize on this whole expansion here. That's called being onside. And, if I wouldn't have got that loss back, it would have been unprofitable. And yeah, the screenshot was showing I was up a couple $100 or almost $300 or something. Just getting my loss back and then leaving. It's Friday. I don't freaking care. It says in my journal that, don't do very well on Fridays, but I was looking for that TGIF, and boy, howdy, was she good. So it sucks. It sucks. And look, you got to understand that it's part of trading, and you can't let the market induce these emotions into you. Because as soon as you start reacting on those emotions, the market's going to take you out. If you're going to offer it, it's going to take it. Okay, so we've got a very nice accumulation range here. We've taken the low, and I do want to run out the high. However, it looks like we could see one more low first. Okay, so I do want to go up. I really do. But I'm not going to be foolish and just go, oh, it's bull posting up only. No. We're at equilibrium of price points, and it could literally go up or it could go down. So just gun to my head, I want to see us down in the green box here, this sell side liquidity pool. Definitely this here. Now, I know the gap is right here, okay, but I'm going to change and refine this gap and use that tail. And the reason why is because this is what's left of the inefficiency. So if we do come down in here, that's the specific price point, 24,299 even. That's what I want to see. And if I use the whole gap, you'll see that it's 24,365, right? So I'm going to use the actual what's left of the inefficiency here to key off of. And, maybe we get a Santa Claus rally. It's whatever. You can tell by my voice that I'm already just like, blah. So I want to prepare you moving forward that the markets are just wacky right now. Even my mentor's been offside. Even my mentor's like, he's black-pilled. He's calling doom drops. And he does this every year though. So I just take it for what it is. I don't listen to him as far as analysis. I already know what I'm doing. So I'm not attached to his hip. And he likes to troll people that are attached to his hip. And I find it thoroughly hilarious. So, I take it, but with a grain of salt. I don't even know what that means, but I know the expression. All right, so these are the price points I'm after, mostly in the daily chart. Mostly in the daily chart, looking at our 60-day IPTA look back period. And anything in here is internal as far as I'm concerned. Now, if I just go to the 40-day look back, we are in a slight discount, and I would like to see, maybe we do come down into here. Okay, but gun to my head, I say we drop. Okay, so I'm going to take that off the chart. I'm going to put this back on. This is going to be, like I said, very influential moving forward. If we're going to make a swing low in here, we're likely going to hold consequent encroachment or the lower quadrant of this rejection block. And then we can get our butts back up to this buy-side liquidity pool and that wickless candle here. So just like this being a support level, and if we break it, then I'll aim for here. It's going to be the same thing for this old week opening gap. Have that on your chart. If we bounce off of this purple shaded area, which is our bullish breaker, it'll be a reclaimed breaker. If we bounce off of that, this is what I'm going to be aiming for in the buy side liquidity pool above. I just don't see it happening just yet. Just taking a peek at Bitcoin just to see what it did in the last couple hours here. So yeah, that did fail. So it was looking like it was going to reverse here. Oh, okay, there it is. Holy. That's funny. Oh, you want to get money, eh? Chase me. Chase me short. Oh, just kidding. I'm just going to hang out where I started. Forget you. So we're likely going to see a new week opening gap to the downside on NASDAQ. That would just be my guess. Okay, so this week is going to be, the previous week was, the lessons were managing risk, being offside and being okay with it, And that's not going to look very impressive if you're just following me on YouTube. Okay. It's got to be done in a live setting. It's got to be done in real time. And that was the lesson last week. This week here, I'm going to guide you guys into having zero hardlined expectations. It's going to be purely where's the candle closing on a 4-hour and daily basis, and using a 2-hour and 1-hour chart for bias intraday, and then seeing where we close for this week of November. Okay, so my mentor is done trading for the rest of this calendar year, and I don't blame him. I'm still going to trade. I don't mind taking little scalps. I do have a very good self-control level. And even though, I get upset, I deal with that frustration and anger a lot better than I used to. And I mean, you could blame it on age and maturity, going through this several times of unfavorable price to just fat, awesome, obvious dynamic runs where we're up 1,000 ticks just about every freaking day. I've been waiting for that all year. I've been like 2022, 2023, even 2024, so much fun. Like 2025 has not been a lot of fun. Even though we did, call out the bottom of the year for April, which was the best bottom call I've ever done for NASDAQ. And that was called out before we even dropped. We made the bottom of the year. We got the top of the year. We're in some offset distribution for smart money. That's why we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off here. But then moving forward, I want to see, again, if we're going to go up for 2026, I want to see April doom drop and then rip right back to the upside, and hopefully price action is a little bit more organized. So tomorrow, Monday, well, let's go to the Forex Factory calendar real quick. Should have had this up. My apologies. I don't even have it saved anymore. All right, this week, Monday, we got some FOMC dorks talking. Yellow and orange folders, whatever. Tuesday, nothing. Just some more dumb yellow folders. Wednesday, FOMC. So Monday, likely going to be favorable. Tuesday is going to be that, look out. It could be dynamic. It could be ruthless, okay? Depends on what Monday does. Then Wednesday, no trading pre-FOMC. That means you're done trading at opening bell and you're waiting till after FOMC news release, 2 p.m. You're waiting about 15 to 30 minutes. And I mean, if you don't want to follow rules, then whatever, keep blowing out. Thursday, we've for crying out loud. Is this for real? So November 20th, we have non-farm. We have non-farm week this week with the government reopened. That's funny. So we don't have an NFP Friday. We don't have a non-farm payroll. We just have employment change. Okay, so non-farm employment change, 8:30 a.m. Thursday. We have unemployment claims at the same time, but it's tentative. So they're still waiting for numbers. So it looks like we're just waiting for things to pick back up. And then we have on Friday, PMI. So we've been waiting for this PMI to kind of kick off the alt season, get above 52, according to your friend Summy. He's our friend Summy. Shout out, brother. Good job on the videos, man. I know it's really tough to have family and a bunch of your friends in crypto and it just keeps dropping. I know. It's you just got to tell them to do what we're doing. You wanted to do what we're doing? Well, that doesn't mean you're going to bail halfway through, right? Right. So we've got some Fed folders. We got a favorable Monday. And Tuesday, Wednesday, I'd be looking to trade Monday and Friday personally. What's Thursday? Yeah, well, we'll play it by day, and like I said, we'll be minding the 4-hour close and the daily close for a good solid direction bias. And that doesn't mean it's a be all end all, because when we were here and we snapped up Monday, I was thinking, okay, we'll get a type 2 delayed protraction profile for the week and we can start working our way up into this wickless candle here. Well, son of a gun, Monday, bam, perfect. Tuesday, bam, comes down, but gets pushed back up above the new week opening gaps, consequent encroachment. I'm like, yeah, let's get going. Thursday, I was looking for this thing to pop right off. Well, son of a gun, right? Nothing. Or sorry, Wednesday, excuse me. It's Tuesday. Wednesday, looking for this thing to maybe pop off. All right, compression candle, closed above consequent encroachment. Thursday, this is the day I was mentioning, look, I'm going to go heavy. If I wake up and price action is still here, then I'm going to be going heavy to aim for that. Well, I wake up and I'll show you, because I'm 3 hours behind the chart, right? So it was that Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday I wake up and this is 8:30 a.m. That is 5:30 a.m. Right? So I'm waking up in and around here and we're already losing a raise in the matrix. Snaps down for 9:30. I sat here and did nothing. I did nothing all Thursday. Just waited and waited and waited. And even though I wanted to see us hold consequent encroachment and just flip off to the upside, just looking at that, I'm kind of glad it went down first. That's a nice accumulation range. So, you know what I mean? Like when you want to see something specific and it's not met, you sit still. If you want to see something specific and it's on and everything's on side, then that's your day, baby. But yeah, not my day Thursday. You just, in this marketplace, I've had to practice the most discipline and the most patience that I've ever been put through ever in my trading career. And happy to report that I'm still around. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere quite yet. So make sure these price points are on your charts, because these will be, in my opinion, these are what I'm deeming salient moving forward. Bullish breaker here. If we're going to reprice with bearish order flow into that, then we'll lose consequent encroachment of this tail and this purple shaded area as well. And this will be a pay the trader point, and then we'll likely use this as resistance to get into here and rinse and repeat. Alrighty, Rooney. So you guys keep it light, keep it tight, daily loss limits. If you're getting walked on by 11 a.m., you just go walk away, go do something else. I know look, I understand that when you're offside or you're taking losses, it's really tough to enjoy anything else in the world. Find something that you enjoy doing, that you can go and take your time away, take your attention away from something that's going to consistently destroy you. You've already proven to yourself that consistent losing is very easy, right? The tough thing is being a consistent earner. That's the tough part here. And again, if I didn't have the discipline that I've developed, I would be wrecked, and I would likely want to go and look for another job. No joke. This has been really tough, and I can see it in the charts that retail, as long as even algorithmic traders, I had one student lose $750,000 the other day. I'm not going to name whom, but just take my word for it. He lost $750,000 last week from not respecting his daily loss limits. And, that's just one. And if there's one, there's many more. All right, you guys. Daily loss limits, 11 a.m., can stretch it to noon. That rule means that your model materializes. You're waiting for your model to materialize, right? You're waiting for 9:30. Maybe it's unemployment claims. 8:30 doesn't do squat. 9:30 opening bell, chops around, right? 10 a.m., no Judas. Then all of a sudden, about 11, it starts, fluttering and doing some cool things. And then like 12:15, the model's present. It's not, okay, I'm going to try and catch the model at 8:30. I'm going to try and catch it at 9:30. I'm going to try and catch it at 10. All right, I just lost 3 or 4 trades, and now I'm going to go for the lunch macro. That's not the point. It's if your model materializes, then you've got to trade. If it comes back on you by 11 a.m., guess what? Your day's done. Okay, but if your model doesn't materialize by 11, just stretch it to noon a bit. Okay, and take your loss then, or take another loss, or maybe it bangs for you. But running time-based charts is what we do here. Okay, so that's what that means. That doesn't mean you're trying to catch every Judas or every order block, every something, everything that you've deemed an order block from 8:30 till noon. If it hasn't materialized by noon, then you can use lunchtime run likely to get in on a trade or make back your loss. All right, you guys, keep it light, keep it tight. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and be safe. Hold up. Let me hijack myself back in here. Gavin? Gavin! Hey, cutie. I'm 20, and I can't wait to keep learning from you, man. You and Sam have saved me. I feel so lucky to have found you guys. Keep up the outstanding mentoring. Wow, what a nice present to come back to, man. Thank you very much. Let me make sure my mic's on. Yeah. Bro, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I don't usually check out the messages when I'm doing these updates, but I just had seen that you sent in a big whopper $9.99 USD. That's at least $14 where I come from. Bro, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So shout out, we got Gavin M, 20-year-old, and he's ready. He's ready to come in and swinging. Oh, that's so amazing, man. Thank you, bro. We got Mr. Butters, MVP. We got Timmy313. Shout out, brother. Wildberries. Shout out, brother. Yep, time to sell it. True. The dopamine from clicking. All true. Yes, sir. We got Mado. Took it off Friday. No biggie. That's what I pray that just I wish you guys can find just half of that. What that is right there. Just half of it. And then you can develop more from that half, I took an off Friday, no biggie. That's that right there. That's viral stuff. It doesn't get better than that. Yes, sir. Our friend saw me. What's up, brother? Hope all is well. We got Sniper Meow. Yes, I hope all is well with you too. Oh, thank you very much. Let me read this again. I'm 20 and I can't wait to keep. I thought you were this other Gavin. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to get weird on you. I'm 20 and I can't believe and I can't wait to keep learning from you, man. You and Sam have saved me. I feel so lucky to have found you guys. Keep up the outstanding mentoring. Definitely, little brother. Absolutely. I thought that I would be done teaching this year, last year, and I'm still in the groove. I still enjoy it. Like, genuinely enjoy doing this. And I don't like people destroying themselves, so I just always just driving home that daily loss limit. Gavin, press 1 in the chat if you're still here. I don't get many super chats, so I don't, really, I don't look usually, but yeah, bro. Well, thank you very much, Gavin. I'm gonna get my peepoo something nice with that. Get her a little people. Gavin is in the group. If he isn't here, I'll ping him and tell him you saw it. Yeah, absolutely. Tell him to come watch the last few minutes of this video. Right on, you guys. Have a great, safe trading week. And I'll keep you guys posted on the doom. Be safe. Thank you.